What's up, guys, and welcome to a Sony Live, and a very special Sony Live because today is a celebration, and there's three things that we're actually going to be celebrating today. One is some new product that we're going to talk about. Two is a new color that we're going to talk about in a product. And three is, well, here we are. We're live, we're in person, we're real.
We are real.
In the flesh for the first time ever, I feel, right?
Don't touch me.
Okay, sorry about that. But no, welcome, guys. I'm Craig from Sony, and I'm with
Jerren from Sony.
And
Karina.
And we are super excited to be here. Well, at least I am. What about you guys? You guys excited for today?
Super excited. And the reason I copy your super excited is simply because we're talking about new product, like you mentioned, new colorways, and just the understanding and history of how we're getting to where we're talking about today.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm thrilled. We have phenomenal product that I'm so excited to introduce, but also I'm here with you guys, so that makes it even better.
It does.
That's super heartwarming, actually. So let's,
this is 10 years in the making.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, exactly. So let's get right into it. I mean, 10 years of what, though, Jerren? 10 years of
audio greatness.
Audio greatness, specifically, though, with the 1000X series. So we're celebrating a 10-year anniversary of the Sony 1000X series headphones by giving you guys the brand new 1000X, the Collection. So are you guys ready for this one?
Let's do it.
So you guys, what do you guys think of them? The 1000X series, the Collection. What is your thoughts? Right out the gates, when you see them, you look at them, as we interact with them.
We're not going to beat it into the ground.
Okay.
But I will say that they are premium. So when you talk about these headphones from an overall look and feel perspective, and then I did have the opportunity to put them on and listen to some music. Karina was playing music on her phone. I picked them up. I actually picked up the platinum color. I put them on and they feel amazing. They sound great. And of course, they just look like they belong
They look
to me.
They look actually really cool to you.
They're definitely a fashion piece. They're definitely a statement, and these are here to celebrate 10 years of technology, 10 years of greatness. And what did you say earlier? It's 10 years of all the great things we put in the 1000X series
Yes.
in one headphone. But better than we've ever done it before.
I was going to say, and then elevate it past that.
Yes.
And elevated. Elevate is a great word for it, just Jerren. Absolutely.
So yeah, but not exactly what you're saying. So again, Jerren talking about the design and the look of them. Mm-hmm. You're talking about the audio quality, and I mean, just take a look at these. Just from, and I'll pick up the platinum ones.
Those are my favorite.
Yes, these things. Just, I mean, you see that you got the brushed metal. I mean, well, here's one thing I want to point out too.
Go ahead.
Is these things just feel like the weight of them. They feel premium. They feel super, super, super. Like, if I pick up these and I pick up another pair of headphones, I'm like, wow, these, like, it's
You
way
feel
more.
the difference.
You feel the difference. And a lot of times people think when you feel a heavy kind of premium kind of feel, when you feel them heavier, they feel more premium.
That's true.
Right? So feel those.
May I?
Yeah, what do you
And
think?
what I want to just add in there really quickly is the fact that, yes, they are a heavier overall pair of headphones, like from a feel perspective. But when I just had them on my head, they almost melted away.
Like
they were light as a
mesh
feather
to your head.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
And that's because of the ear cups, but also the thicker headband. So with that, it just allows it to shape more towards your head and just feel natural, more lighter when you put them on.
So these weigh 320 grams.
Yeah.
Which I would say is a nice balance between that premium feel, but not to
So
give
you know
not
that
enough.
they're there.
Yes, but not enough to give you that fatigue. So these are actually designed to be able to be worn for long periods of time. In fact, the battery life is up to 24 hours.
Which is crazy.
With noise cancellation.
I was about to
on.
yes.
Yes.
And all the specs that we're going to kind of talk about with these things. Yes, that's an insane amount of battery life for sure.
So yes, these were designed to be worn for a long period of time. But speaking of design, you talked about the brushed metal finish, which these pieces are actually hand polished by skilled craftspeople.
Wow. Yeah.
So the amount of love and intent that go into these headphones, like they put their all, they put like mwah, chef kiss, like they put their love into these headphones.
Yeah.
So we have never done anything like this before, at least for our WH series that I'm aware of.
And it's when you kind of mentioned that with the, it's basically it feels like it's handmade essentially, but every pair of headphones is touched by a human and polished and just made to perfection. And there's nothing, I don't think there's anything out there that I know of personally, any pair of headphones that is basically touched with perfection by somebody else. Do you know everything? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Not that I know.
Yeah. So I mean,
Definitely.
just knowing that adds to the collection's kind of
Mystique.
the lore. Yes, I was going to say the lore. Yes, of this. So, yeah, they look, like I said, they look amazing. They feel amazing, and I was shocked. And I handed you the box too, right? Mm-hmm. Even the box felt like premium, but just the weight of it just felt nice to me. So,
Very much so an elevated product, not just in design, but also in sound. And I know you
which
said
is
that.
important.
Yes.
When you're buying headphones, that's probably what you're looking for.
I would hope, right?
One of the two, right? Because again, you want it to look amazing. You want to stand out.
Yes.
And these will definitely help you do that when you have them on.
Absolutely.
But like you just mentioned, sound is a big aspect of why you buy headphones, because you want to listen to, be it your music, your movies, if you're going to game with them, and the beautiful thing about it is with these pair of headphones, the 1000X, the Collection, you can. So you have different listening modes, and I was able to listen to the 360 upmix for music, and with that it just separated the audio, so I was able to hear vocal clarity like I had never heard before. I was able to hear the instruments separated like I had never heard in a pair of headphones before, and that's what really stood out to me within these two pairs of headphones.
I know you didn't get to listen to them, Craig,
I haven't listened to them yet.
but
I wish we had them connected right now.
Tears.
So you
I
could
feel like
listen.
tears are gonna come out.
will
my eyes.
end up
Really, honestly.
AI upmix, 360 upmix, essentially what that's doing is it's taking stereo sound, be it you're listening to music or watching a movie or even, gaming, and it's gonna turn it into a rich spatial audio experience, which just sounds incredible. Like you said, hearing just 360, I didn't want to say 360, but all around you, the sound.
Or just feeling like you're in that, right?
That you're in it.
It's like you're swimming in sound, essentially.
Yes, and I know you mentioned separation of vocals and instruments, and that really has to do with the bespoke driver that's unique to the 1000X Collection headphones. So it's separating your vocals and your instrumentals better than other headphones, and I know that's big for you because you used to work in music studios, so that's a huge deal. You're also getting higher quality, high frequencies. It's going to be more detailed. You're getting a richer sound, more texture to it, which you could probably speak to more, having that you worked in studios.
Yeah, no, it's difficult to achieve, right? To get that kind of separation in the different frequencies and the highs, the lows, the mids, right? And those are all important, right? Because all of those have different things that kind of live in those frequencies, whether it's vocals, whether it's, detail and like crisp, high-end sounds, or the bass, right? And you want that perfection. And it sounds like what you're saying is that these just have that ability with those bespoke speakers. And I think it's got the new DSCE, right?
DSCE Ultimate?
Yeah, the DSCE Ultimate on there. I mean, I'm sure that's part of what separates it as well, so.
Yep.
I did not have that turned on when I was listening to the 360 upmix for music.
Okay.
And one thing that you just mentioned as far as being able to hear your bass response, that is something that was enhanced within that listening mode.
Yeah.
And that was another reason why I enjoyed that experience. Not only did it open up the soundstage, but it also introduced another level of bass within the music I was listening to.
Really?
DSCE Ultimate uses Edge AI to decompress audio. It's going to upscale and enhance audio in real time, which, a lot of us were using streaming services, which compresses music, especially if we're not on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's going to compress music even more. So I noticed the difference going from DSCE Ultimate being turned off to it being turned on. And specifically, I was listening to an older song. I believe it's from maybe like the 70s. You probably know it.
Okay.
But
I'm not that old.
But it was from the 70s, and going between DSEE Ultimate off to DSEE Ultimate on, it like flipped a switch as if it was automatically remastered, which is just incredible. Very unique experience.
And back then, that music, just from my experience or exposure to it, it was already detailed and had a lot of information in it already. So then to turn that on, I did listen to it as well, with it being on and with it being off. And to be able to, again, pick up on the subtle nuances of, again, maybe the bass hitting slightly differently, or your tambourine sounding slightly different, and just giving a better overall experience depending on the listening experience you're looking for. It is definitely there within the DSEE Ultimate.
Nice. So on top of that, right, obviously we talked about the look of them, the design, the sound quality, which is huge, right? That's super important with buying headphones, obviously. But these are noise canceling headphones.
They are.
I know a lot of people out there are probably looking for noise canceling and like the best noise canceling. And I know we've talked about it before. We're like, hey, we do have the WH-1000XM6, and those are the best noise canceling. What about these? What's your thoughts on the Collection's noise canceling?
I simply know that they carry the same processing as the WH-1000XM6s with their processors and being able to take out the noise from your surroundings. The thing that these do differently is within the ear cup and the design of them. I feel like they block the noise out even better than the M6s, even though they use the same processor.
Yeah.
Simply because of the different type of ear cup.
I mean, they look. I'm looking at. I know she's looking at the black one.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just going back to these, and they just look. They feel like they just seal better, if that makes sense.
I would say so.
It's probably because of, I have no hair.
Well, yeah,
so they sit flush up against my head.
But I mean, I'm just looking at these and I'm like, these things, the feel is super nice on these.
I think just wearing them right now and hearing you talk, and they're not powered on, there's no noise cancellation.
Yeah.
And it does a good job of already canceling out any noise.
Okay.
Not electronically, but just from the pure physical aspect of it.
And the thing that wowed me with the noise cancellation is the fact that typically within headphones, I have to turn the volume up to a certain level in order to really start blocking out a lot of that noise. With these, I want to say I was maybe 3 clicks into volume up from 0, and it already started blocking out basically all of the noise, not even just some, but all of the noise. You all were in here talking, and I thought that you all had stopped talking and were just playing jokes on me, like just moving.
Which isn't out of the normal possibilities.
I had to wave at you earlier.
You did,
I did
because I was so locked in.
Yeah.
So all right, so the noise canceling, it's got the 12 microphones, right? You got the processor that does handle it.
QN3.
The QN3, processor. But not only are people buying headphones for
Design.
noise canceling design,
music,
right? Yeah, music and all that
noise
stuff, right?
cancellation.
Some people are still, hey, I got to make phone calls for work. I got to make, I take a lot of phone calls while I'm on a walk. I use them for calling.
They're multifunctional.
Yeah. What about the microphones for the? Yeah, it's similar to the ones for the 6s, right? The M6s.
Yes, correct.
Yes, which I was using the WH-1000XM6s earlier in the airport, and I made a phone call. I had a connecting flight. Made a phone call. I had 2 hours to just,
Thank you for showing
bum
up.
around. Yeah. So I made a phone call, and airports aren't quiet places, as you very well know.
I'm kidding. Of course.
The person I was on the phone with heard me perfectly fine. I didn't have to repeat myself, which is in itself very convenient. But for these headphones to have the same call quality of 6 beamforming mics that are picking up your voice, you also have AI noise reduction, which that in itself is very impressive. It's going to take your surrounding sounds and just bring them down so the person on the other end of the line can hear you better.
Wow. Okay.
And that's the whole point of conversation.
I mean,
to be able to hear one another, right?
Correct.
So that, if we're in a noisy environment, we don't have to say, excuse me, and try to slide off to a more quieter place within that environment, because sometimes there is no escape.
Yeah.
Just like, again, the noisy airport. It's kind of hard to find a quiet corner to talk in. So to be able to have these headphones and have your conversation, especially be it a business meeting, a very important phone call, or of course the most important phone call, calling your friends and family and loved ones.
I was gonna say prank phone call.
I thought you were gonna say
No,
calling me.
not prank phone
That was
calls.
my initial thing. Was like, oh, Jerren's talking about calling me, of course.
But to answer your question, yes. Like, not only are you gonna be audible, you're gonna be heard crisp and clear.
Yes.
So these are essentially what you're saying is these are perfect. They look perfect, perfect design,
Hey,
perfect look and
I
feel,
think they're
right? Perfect sound, right? You're saying perfect everything, perfect for call quality. These things are, and battery life's great with 24-hour battery, up to 24-hour battery life, an hour and a half on
quick charge.
quick charge, like 5-minute quick charge, hour and a half battery life. There's one more thing I need you to show me, and
What's that?
I'm seeing it over there. These things have a really cool case.
Yeah, so we've talked about cases in the past, but the case here, this is for the black, this is for the platinum, and I'll pass it around. It's almost like a handbag. Not that I'm walking around with a handbag, but
It's
You would
I
rock
would
it,
say
though.
I would rock it, and the fact that I have like my side bag and things like that, this is something that I would not mind walking around with, and you would get looks not only from having the headphones on, but they're gonna be like,
Good look, though. Like,
of
looks of
course, that's what- of
curiosity.
course.
Yeah.
What is this guy carrying? What is in this case?
Which, again, this is a statement. This is an icon, and you want to make a statement with the case as well.
It even goes as far as having the soft inside to protect said headphones, which is really
Oh,
nice.
yeah, 50.
Yeah,
There you go.
I felt it earlier, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Magnetic.
And Maggie,
Yes.
look at this. Watch. Ready? Watch
ahead.
this.
Go ahead,
Catch this.
close.
Close.
We should have done
It
it
just
together.
automatically. All right,
That's
do it. Ready?
All right,
One.
hold on.
One.
Hold on. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Look at that. Perfect.
I'm not jealous.
Here, you can try.
Hey,
it if
there you go.
You can do
Yeah,
them both at
both.
the same time.
Nah, it's okay.
Look at you can use those weights. No, I'm kidding.
But,
no, this is great. It's lightweight too. This
It
feels
is
really
lightweight.
So this would be easy, perfect for packing. You don't have to worry about any sort of what. You got something for me.
Dude, if you're just that person that travels and you only have, the one bag, not even like a carry-on, but maybe just your backpack or your laptop bag, and then this, those are your two pieces and you're good to go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right.
Now,
Yeah. What you got?
I just wanted to ask a question because I know you've
Yeah.
been with the company for a long time. Not calling you old.
No, I think
But
you
you've been with
are.
the company for a long time, and I just want to ask you, what is the history behind it? Like, how did we get this?
Yeah. So good call out. It's a great segue into what you folks out there might be seeing here is this smorgasbord of
Headphones.
1000X series headphones. But essentially, we can talk about really, again, kind of what you guys pointed out is all of this technology that went into the 1000X series, the collection.
Yes.
And let's start with kind of where they started, right? Where the initial thought process came from. And I'm going to start with the originals right here in front. These are the MDR 1000X.
We're getting ready to get a history lesson.
We're going to get a little bit of history lesson.
All of us are going to get a history
All of us. All you
attention.
guys out there are going to get a
wasn't
history lesson. Yes. So this came out, again, it feels weird to say out loud. It's 10 years ago. It was 2016. It's blowing my mind because I feel like these came out like yesterday, but no, that was 10 years ago. So the MDR 1000X. So the MDR, if you guys didn't know, stands for something. Do you guys know what it is?
Macaroni, dinosaur, relic.
It's very close. That's close. But no, this actually stands for micro dynamic receiver. Look at that. Kind of interesting, right? But the look from these, if you take a look at these, and I'll let you guys take a look at them, but they had really nice kind of faux leather ear cups. These were, super premium when they first came out.
The beginning.
They were the beginning of it, right? And they had great noise canceling, but they also had great design. And again, the history of the 1000X, the collection with the look, design, and quality, that's where it started, was that idea, was look, design, and sound quality. And of course, noise canceling.
And what I love, I know you're just talking about the first piece, the first iteration
Yeah.
of, everything that we have here, but they went back basically to the roots and incorporated it in today's modern or most dynamic version of said headphones.
It does have that leather kind of.
There are similarities.
Yeah,
That's
the leather
for
feel.
sure.
And there's another similarity that they have as well, which is So these were the first ones that came out that had it was the quick attention mode.
Okay.
Right, so you can actually cup your hand while these are on after you've already kind of optimized them for the shape of your head, the fact that you had glasses or had longer hair. No, basically not you, but of course. Once you did that and you didn't want to be taking these off to have a conversation with somebody, or you're on a plane and someone asks you want a drink or a snack, you have to take these off to have a conversation. The quick attention mode actually just allows you to cup your right hand over the right ear cup, and it basically lowered the sound of the music you had, and it opened the microphones up so you could actually have a conversation. You could hear your surroundings. You could hear yourself talking to somebody else. So I didn't have to take these off anymore. I could just go like this and say, I'll have a water or something like that, right, on a plane. So that was the very first iteration, and we talked about this earlier. That carried on to all of our series, right? That was one of the best things I think that came out of it. And that carries on through all of our series, including the Collection.
And again, that's the beautiful thing about all of the headphones that you see here, is that they carry a piece of history from the very beginning,
yes,
all the way until now, because Sony is always trying to take the best pieces and parts of the technology and the products that we create and what you all love and like out there in the virtual world, but of course the real world, because you use these products.
And to your point, we did obviously are always making improvements with our headphones. So we did in 2017, so a year later, we released the WH-1000XM6s. Now, for those of you out there, this was the first time we introduced the WH series, right? The originals were the MDR-1000X. The WH-1000XM6s were the first time we saw the M2, the mark kind of name added to it.
Okay.
But the WH stood for wireless headband. So that means it's wireless headphones that had a headband that went over your head. We also at the same time announced the WF series headphones. And if you guys didn't know, WF stood for wireless freedom or wire free. So there was two variations of the headphones that you can get. So these are the
now. I wouldn't have known back then.
And I'm sure you guys out there in Amazon world didn't know that either, but that is what that stood for. So essentially, this also had an improvement, which was it had the addition of 20-hour battery life going to a 30-hour battery life. So we upgraded the battery for this one, and then we also that was the first time you saw the quick charge kind of popping up, right? So that was a big thing.
Everyone loves now.
Correct.
And I know I use, maybe not all the time, because I try not to let my headphones die, but when they do or they're close to, I pop them in for 5 minutes and I'm able to get X amount of hours or battery life off of that. That's a great use case for me. Like, I enjoy it.
Correct.
I'm noticing micro USB on here. Which
the first two were micro USB.
Can't imagine living in a world with micro USB charging at this point in time.
And that's probably why I came in right around these guys right here. If you could toss me the WH-1000XM3s, is because they introduced the micro USB, USB-C. So you have your USB-C charging on the WH-1000XM3s.
I also like the rose gold that was on these as well. That was kind of nice.
It's a nice touch.
I did like these.
Yeah.
So
beautiful headphones.
Yeah, they are beautiful. But then obviously we made improvements as well. So I feel like, Karina, were you around for these? The M4s?
Did you come in on the M4s or M5s?
Yeah, when did you?
I came in with the M5.
Okay.
M5s.
I came in with the Mark V, so that was my first pair.
And then not only did you have that introduction into these pair of headphones, but you also had speak to chat. So much like you, just holding over your ear cup with the quick attention. Now, I didn't have to do that with these. All I had to do was start talking, and then the music would pause. I can have my conversation, I can order my coffee, I can speak to the flight attendant, and then as soon as I stop, moments later, my music resumes so I don't miss a beat.
I did use speak to chat earlier today, and this is a feature still available on our headphones. I used them earlier today on my 1000X Mark VI to order a bag of crackers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cheese and crackers, just crackers.
Just cheesy crackers.
Cheesy crackers. See, there we go.
Cheesy crackers, because I like to live life on the edge.
There we go.
Hold those. Check those out because there's a lot of very similar features from the 3 to 4. You still have the rose gold. They still have a very similar look to them, but
Yes.
but those were, and what's crazy with the M4s was those they're still, you can still see those out there right now and still get those.
They're so incredibly popular, too. I see a lot of people gym with those. I went to New York City last summer, or a couple summers ago, and those were everywhere. Those headphones were everywhere.
I'm starting to see a lot of, not the M4s, I saw the M5s. I've seen the M5s more than I've seen the M4s personally. And also the M3s, in which, again, I started with.
Well, so now we're talking about M5s a little bit. If you check those out, the reason the M4s were really popular is because you had the hinge. You want to show, if you want to show that real quick. Sorry, the hinge that actually still folded in that a lot of people liked when you fold them up. So like put them in a case. Yep. So you still had that hinge that kind of closed like this. On the M4,
Should have had a case to put them in.
yeah, the M5s though, if you want to grab the M5s, you could start talking about those. The M5s didn't have that, but you had a lot of improvements with from the M4 to the M5 as well.
So because you had the M5s,
Yes. I started my first pair of 1000X
series.
headphones
Yeah.
was 1000X Mark V's, and I just love how beautiful they are. They are
Let's take a look.
a pair of gorgeous headphones. And when I see people, like, I already know when people are wearing the 5s and the 6s, they look similar, right? Like you said, you see them earlier. I don't see them as often, but I know when I see them, again, fashion piece, it looks good. I see people at the gym with them, and I'm like, okay, you know what's up.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with, like, at the airport. So they're just a pair of beautiful, premium-looking headphones, and that's what drew me into them.
Yeah.
They also sound great, and they have great noise cancellation.
They did, yes. It was the big thing with these though, that was that new design that really kind of was, it was kind of striking when you compared them to the rest of our lineup.
A lot different.
If you guys see these here, they just had a different look. And again, the ear cups didn't fold, but they had a nice motion that was very comfortable as well on your head.
And it was also how they adjusted the headband.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Totally unique with these headphones. So, but these now, you've had a big upgrade from these, which just came out this last year, which was the WH-1000XM6. Now, those are most people's favorites right now. That still exists. Here you go. You can hang on those. But these added back. You had the hinge design again that came back with the M6 design.
But what was the real draw
I mean,
to the WH-1000XM6?
well, I mean, the real draw to them.
The biggest.
Well, let me ask you. What was it to you?
For me, it was the fact that it housed the world's best noise cancellation technology.
There you go. The world's best noise
Yes.
cancellation. And that was the catchphrase for these. So these, and a lot of these features, again, these go into from the M6 to the collections. But a big thing with the M5s I want to point out too, and talk about the M6s, because we're going to talk about this kind of really cool thing. I'm giving a little foreshadowing here. The M5s had some really cool colors, right? So we had black, you had the silver, you had the midnight blue.
Midnight blue, which
Phenomenal color, by the way. I have that one too. And then you had smoky pink, which was
That
popular.
was an awesome color.
It was a really cool color. So at the time, it had the most color options available on the M5s. And then the M6s came out. That was just the black and the silver, essentially, originally. But then
same pink.
we added the midnight blues came out with the M6s, and then you also got just recently, a couple months ago, I think we did a video on it.
Quite a bit.
We added the sand pink of the M6s, and not to blow everyone's mind out there, but we just now, and you can see it behind me here, we have a brand spanking new color. What's the color?
Sandstone.
Sandstone.
Karina ripped them off the head.
Yeah, she was like, "Dude, let me
like she's getting ready to take them.
Let me get these right now.
The elephant in the room. I've been waiting to hold these, but
It's a really cool color.
I like
And
it.
It's we talked about earlier, very earthy, like an earthy tone.
neutral.
I say that they look
clay
soft
colored.
but rugged.
That was
You
again,
all said that
clip
they
this,
look
clip all of this,
more like clay.
a little bit, a little
A
bit.
little clay color, but they just look moldable.
But I want the camera right on Jerren, and I want Jerren to say his catchphrase for this.
They're soft but rugged.
Boom, clipped. That has got to be the new tagline for these Sandstone WH-1000XM6.
Sand is soft.
Sand is soft.
Stone is rugged.
Stone. Hey, you
I
have to-
did not.
You don't have to sell me on
I
this.
did not do that on purpose. Like I did not.
Now, Karina can't even hear what we're saying, by the way, right now. She's vibing in her own world.
No, I wanted to
She
see
didn't
how
turn
they
any
looked
music.
on me, so I looked at the monitor, and I like it. Like I said, it's neutral but not boring,
Right.
and it's earthy.
It's different.
and I like it. It's very
It stands
very
out.
unique.
If
Very
you're not going to
unique.
get these, then that
That is.
would also be
That
a
is
great
worth it.
add to the collection, or
Which,
to your collection.
yeah, to your collection. Which, by the way, which now puts these ones, so the WH-1000XM6, which Jerren's going to show you the case for
The
this, I
case
think,
for
right now.
Yes.
So the cool thing with these is that we talked about the
have these up
M5s
here.
having the 4 colors now. I think it's the right. We have the midnight blue, the black with silver, the midnight blue, and the smoky pink for the 5s. Now we have black, silver, midnight blue. We have sand pink and now sandstone. That's 5 colors. So that now puts us at the most color options
Out of all of
out
them.
of all the headphones right now in the WH-1000XM6, which is amazing.
I mean, that's quite a way to, not kick off the 10-year anniversary or end the 10-year anniversary because it's just getting started.
I mean,
but to put a bow there.
Yeah, to put a bow on it. And the cool thing, and we've mentioned this the entire show, is that all of these headphones that you see here all have been paved the way for what is now the best premium noise canceling headphones you can get in the 1000X, the collection. The or the? We talked about this.
The and the.
The and the.
Yeah, the and the. Doesn't matter which way you go.
I like the. I'm going to say the collection.
I thought I liked the. And you were liking the. But it's okay.
I like them both.
Yeah.
It's fine.
This
It-
is history.
This
in
is
front of
history
us,
right here.
by the way. And you said it well. Like, this is just the beginning. Like, I'm excited for what's to come
Yeah.
with the 1000X series.
Same.
This can't.
I'm just.
be.
I didn't want to, keep talking because, I just didn't want to because now I'm thinking, in the future, 5 years, 10 years from now. But don't wait.
Nope. Right now.
Get these now, and
Right
then
now.
when we, enter into 5 years from now, 10 years from now, then come back, see us. Hopefully, we're still here talking about, the next iteration of. But it's been phenomenal talking about these. I'm so glad that we got to do this live. I mean,
Finally.
in person.
In person.
In person.
I'm
Here
not
together.
crazy. Y'all are
Right,
real.
right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nope.
Real people.
We're here. We are absolutely here. No, this was great. I appreciate you guys for, obviously being here, and obviously I'm sure you guys appreciate me here, hopefully.
Of course.
Maybe. But no, we appreciate you guys out there out and have been watching this whole show. Make sure that you guys were adding this from the carousel into your cart. Again, first of all, these headphones are phenomenal. The pricing is great on these. Don't wait. Don't sleep on it, right? You have the new Sandstone color in the WH-1000XM6.
Platinum and black.
The platinum and black in the collection, which is phenomenal. So hopefully you guys had a great time with us. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Hope you guys had a blast. I had a blast. Did you guys have a blast?
As always.
I'm just kidding. No, it
Karina's
was a
always a
great
downer.
time. It was a great time.
Now I hope you guys learned something, and let us know in the comments which of these products you're most excited for, the collection or the brand new Sandstone WH-1000XM6.
I'm excited about these.
I see that you're excited about this, but no, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side here at Sony Live.